Today I'm giving you 5 proven tips that will instantly sharpen your edge and help you dominate online matches. Tactical Assault VR is brutal at times. If you're not fast, you're definitely not going to be first. So stick around until the end because tip number 5 is the one that most players never use and it can win you a game. Tip number 1, mastering your pre-fire angles. The first thing you need to understand is how powerful pre-firing in the game can be, especially when you're doing maps like the trenches. We're all limited by our physical reaction time and some people by their internet speeds, and you can only pull the trigger once your eyes see the target and your brain reacts. But if you already know someone is holding a corner, you can flip that dynamic on its head. As you swing the corner, you can start firing just before you expose your whole body. This feels counterintuitive at first, but it catches players completely off guard. You want your bullets to meet them before they finish raising their gun. Furthermore, it actually changes the player's behavior, because when you're getting shot at, you generally want to move away from where the bullets are coming from. So this works best with high fire rate rifles or SMGs. You should only do this when you're confident someone's there from either a sound or a teammate calling out to avoid wasting ammo. The last thing I want to do is see people running around shooting in every corner. This can also make enemies panic and miss their shots, which gives you a huge advantage. As I said before, changing their behavior can win you the firefight. Tip number 2. Sound is your sixth sense. If there's one thing players overlook, it's audio. The game has surprisingly good directional sound. It's not just generic footsteps. You can tell what direction someone's coming from, how close they are, and sometimes even what surfaces they're on. If you learn to actually stop and listen, you'll catch people before they even see you. Not to mention, you've got the proximity chat. So there's generally someone singing some kind of song throughout the game, so you can take those guys out pretty easily. So I would advise wearing headphones as well as whatever you have with your VR headset, but I understand most people won't do that. You can hear enemies from behind walls, and when you do hear them, time your pushes when they're vulnerable. Making yourself smaller, crouching, and then moving slowly helps you stay quiet, so use that against the enemy. You can also access the settings and go into the in-game audio mix and just prioritize things a little bit more to make things easier for you to hear. That's a little bit of a nerdy thing to do, but it can help you win in those PvP one-on-one firefights. Tip number 3, control the map, not just the fight. This is where average players get stuck. They chase kills instead of controlling space. If you know where the power positions are on the map, you can choke the enemy's team movement and force them into bad angles. Controlling the map gives you time to set up ambushes, lock down objectives, and support your teammates. Positions of power are generally elevated cover positions, long straight lines, and flanking routes. Make sure that you're using the enemy's movements against them. If you notice they're always going down the left side of the map, go on the other side of the map and start to get an angle on them so they can't move down there. It makes them a hell of a lot easier to pick off. Make sure you're using callouts over your radio. Grabbing up towards your face, holding the trigger means that you can talk to your team. Let them know where the enemy are. Make sure that every movement you'll make is deliberate and it's moving you into a position where you can control a firefight. Tip number 4. Perfect your reload discipline. Reloading is the easiest way to get yourself killed in PvP. In VR, it's not just pressing a button, it's a full physical action that takes your focus and hands off aiming. Make sure you're using the workspace. Bring the weapon up so that your hands are in front of your face and you can see through the weapon out into the battle space in front of you. The same thing applies in real life, so why not do it in VR? Make sure you're topping off your ammo as much as you can and do it when you're behind cover or when you're moving from one place of cover to the next. Also, know the difference between your reloads. There's tactical reloads, admin reloads, and emergency reloads. I have a video coming out soon explaining all the types of reloads and how to do them properly. So subscribe so you don't miss that video when it comes out. Make sure you're practicing reloads at the shooting range or just while you're playing PvP and start getting your muscle memory working. Experienced players only reload when they know their surroundings are clear. So if you want to get better at PvP, make sure you're doing things like that. As we said at the start, tip number 5 is something that most people don't do. Watch my training videos on YouTube. I'm just joking. It's actually to use decoys and misdirection. This is the tip most players never think about, and it's how you win against players who are just as skilled as you are. Everyone expects you to push from a direction that they last saw you, so don't do it. Do things like making noise somewhere else, then hit them from a completely different angle. Throw smoke, throw a grenade. Do things that's going to change the enemy's behavior so that you can push them from another angle. If you keep popping up from the same spot, the enemy's going to know you're there and it's going to be an easy kill. So pop up once, then go from the side, then maybe go through a doorway and start moving around the room and dominate the area that you're working in. Breaking the line of sight and staying silent while you're rotating is probably one of the best things to do. This all creates hesitation, which gives you the upper hand in the next firefight. If you start using these 5 tactics, you're going to notice a huge jump in your PvP performance. You'll win more fights, you'll get picked off a lot less, and you'll start controlling the pace of the match instead of reacting to it. If this has helped you out, drop a like and support the channel, and subscribe if you want to. I have some more advanced VR combat tips that you can watch. Let me know in the comments, what's your go-to PvP trick in Tactical Assault VR? So if there's something that I've missed, which should be in this top 5, let me know. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.